You glance at the wall clock, watching the seconds tick by, each one a reminder of how badly you need to use the bathroom. Your leg bounces restlessly under the desk as you shift in your seat, trying to focus on the teacher's words. But it's no use. The pressure in your bladder is becoming unbearable. Finally, the bell rings, and you sprint out of your chair, barely mumbling a goodbye to your classmates as you dash out of the room. Your first stop is the nearest bathroom, but as you turn the corner, you're met with a sight that makes your heart sink. There's a long line of students waiting. Their annoyed grumbles make it clear that you won't be getting in anytime soon. You groan in frustration. There's no way you can wait that long. The thought of holding it until you get home crosses your mind, but you quickly push it aside. The bus ride is too long, and you can't risk anything embarrassing. That's when you remember the bathroom on the far side of the school, near the old science labs. Hardly anyone goes there. It's practically forgotten, and for good reason. Rumors say it's haunted, but it's still daytime and you're not one to let a silly ghost story stop you. Right now, you need relief more than anything. You hurry down the empty corridors, the sound of your shoes echoing loudly in the quiet school. As you turn down the corner towards the old science wing, the atmosphere changes. The air grows colder, and the sunlight streaming through the windows seems dimmer, casting long, eerie shadows across the floor. You shake off the unease creeping up your spine and push open the bathroom door. It creaks loudly, the sound echoing through the empty space. Inside, the bathroom is silent, except for the occasional flicker of the fluorescent lights. You don't care. You rush into the nearest stall, sighing with relief as you finally get to do what you've been holding in for so long. But as you're finishing up, you hear something. A soft, rhythmic tapping. At first, you think you're imagining it, but the sound persists, faint but distinct, growing louder as it echoes off the tiled walls. You freeze, your heart pounding in your chest. You quickly step out of the stall, your eyes scanning the bathroom. The sound continues, almost like someone is walking just outside the door.
Hello?
You call out, your voice shaky. A chill runs down your spine. Who could be out there? You haven't seen anyone in that part of the school all day. Your mind races through possibilities, maybe a teacher or a janitor. But something about the sound feels off, unnatural. You try to brush it off, telling yourself it's just a loose pipe or something. But the sound is getting closer, like it's right behind you. Slowly, you turn toward the door, your breath catching in your throat. The door is slightly ajar, and through the gap you see a shadow. A tall, thin figure moving just beyond the threshold. Your instincts scream at you to run, but you're rooted to the spot, your legs like lead. The tapping grows louder, filling your ears. The door swings open, slowly, and your blood turns to ice. She's standing there, tall and imposing, her face hidden behind a veil. She's dressed in something old-fashioned, a long, flowing gown that looks stained with something dark. Her shoes, high heels, click against the floor as she steps into the bathroom.
"You're not supposed to be here,"
she whispers, her voice low and cold, like a breath of wind in a graveyard. You stumble back, pressing yourself against the cold tiles, your mind racing. Who is she? What is she doing here? Everything about this feels wrong, like you've stepped into a nightmare. She takes another step closer, her heels clacking against the floor. Her hand, pale and bony, lifts, pointing directly at you.
You shouldn't have come.
She hisses, her voice like nails on a chalkboard. Finally, panic takes over, and you bolt for the door, your heart thundering in your chest. You don't look back, too terrified of what you might see. The sound of her footsteps seems to chase you, growing fainter with each desperate stride. You don't stop running until you're out of the old building, gasping for breath. The sun is setting, casting long shadows across the school grounds, but you don't care. You've escaped, and that's all that matters. Relief washes over you as you slow down, your heartbeat gradually returning to normal. The main building is just ahead, and you feel a sense of safety knowing that the other students are still around. You tell yourself that whatever you just experienced, it was probably just your imagination or maybe someone playing a prank. But just as you reach the entrance, the world tilts violently, and you feel the ground beneath your feet give way. You're falling, tumbling into darkness, and the familiar, horrifying sound returns. The tapping is closer than ever, impossibly loud, echoing all around you. You land hard on something cold and solid, the impact knocking the breath out of you. Disoriented, you scramble to your feet only to realize you're back in the same dimly lit bathroom. But this time, it's different. There's no door, no way out. The walls seem to close in on you, and the air is thick with a sense of impending doom. And then, you see her again, standing in the center of the room. Her veil is gone, revealing a twisted smile on her pale, ghostly face. Her eyes lock onto yours, and you're paralyzed with fear.
Did you really think you could escape?
She whispers, her voice seeping into your very bones. You try to scream, to move, to do anything, but it's as if you're frozen in place. She steps closer, her heels clicking against the tiles, each step sending a jolt of terror through you. With terrifying speed, she lunges at you, her hands wrapping around your throat. Her grip is impossibly strong, her fingers like iron clamps cutting off your air. You claw at her hands, panic surging through you, but it's no use. Her eyes bore into yours, filled with cruel satisfaction as you struggle in vain. Your vision blurs, dark spots dancing at the edges as the pressure on your throat intensifies. You can feel the life draining out of you, your strength fading with each passing second. The sound of her heels, once distant, now pounds in your ears, a relentless, mocking rhythm. Desperation takes over, and you kick out wildly, trying to break free, but she doesn't budge. Her face inches closer, her breath cold and foul against your skin. Her smile widens, and you see something terrible in her eyes. Pure, unrelenting malice. She leans in, her voice a whisper of death in your ear.
You're mine now.
With a final, crushing squeeze, everything goes dark. The last thing you hear is the haunting echo of her footsteps, fading into nothingness. And now for the contest question. What was the name of this vengeful spirit? And for the bonus question, what could you have done to survive the encounter with this vengeful spirit? Comment below. like, and subscribe to enter. And now for the answers to our August 2024 contest. If you ever find yourself approached by the Slitmouth Woman, or Kuchisaki Onna, here are some survival tactics that might help you escape safely. First, try to stay calm as possible. Panic can make the situation worse. Second, when she asks, "Am I pretty?" avoid a direct answer. Instead, describe her appearance as average. This response can confuse her just enough to give you a chance to escape. Third, you can also distract her by throwing money or hard candies, especially beko ame, a traditional Japanese candy. This can divert her attention, allowing you time to get away. And remember, these are just strategies based on folklore. If you ever encounter such an eerie situation, prioritize your safety and try to find help as quickly as possible. And with that being said, we're thrilled to announce the winner of our August monthly contest. A big congratulations to Duff Frazier 1424. You've won $100 and a Horribly Sound t-shirt. We'll be reaching out to you shortly to arrange your prize. Remember, to be eligible for the grand prize, you must answer both questions we pose at the end of the stories. So listen carefully, answer those questions specifically, and increase your chances of winning. Stay tuned, stay safe, and good luck. We hope you enjoyed the story. Stay safe and remember, the scariest stories are the ones we live through. Until next time.